increment. So he's trying to take advantage of the fact
What
that
a
white
throw.
is still
But
undeveloped,
iska
the king
shirt
is on
dekho.
f8, so he
He
is
is
opening up the
wearing
position
the
with the
Bobby
bishop
Fischer.
sacrifice.
Can
Wow.
we read the quote over there?
Chess
दिख नहीं
is
रहा है.
so...
It is said chess is life, right? क्या लिखा
Can
है
you say
भाई?
it maybe?
Can you read it out?
You also don't know. अरे भाई. Crazy भाई. ये मस्त है.
Chess is a war over the board. The objective is to crush the opponent's mind. That's what Bobby Fischer
Wow,
said.
very nice.
Wow, guys.
Congratulations for this right answer. Queen e6 was a terrible move. Also was found by others. e4 just simply traps the bishop right into the center of the board.
Yes.
All those who are saying that don't throw the food, guys, that is a wrapped one, so it won't go waste.
हाँ,
So don't
नहीं,
worry
कुछ
about
नहीं
it.
होगा उसको.
And if you like the t-shirt, it was a limited edition in ChessBase India shop. Now may not be available.
Crazy.
Okay, knight e4 played in this position, and Amruta, here black is playing like white and white is playing like black in the Sicilian, right? Like you have this structure as black often.
And
Oh, yeah,
I
it's a
think I like...
Kevin engine structure,
Yes.
exactly, over here. And the whole idea of this one, did you mention what is the main idea?
Yeah, the main idea is to break with b4 or d4 in such structures. And guys, Amruta constantly is keeping on saying Scheveningen. Did you guys know like what is Scheveningen or Scheveningen? Do you know this? It's a town, very rightly said, but where? Not in Norway. Not in Norway. We actually were able to visit it. In fact, it is a town, yes, in Germany. Wild guess. Very close. It's actually in Netherlands. It's near The Hague, where Anish Giri lives. And you can just walk and it reaches a beach called Scheveningen.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was not aware of this.
And we were also surprised. And we were like, whoa. It always happens like one tournament is happening in that place. And then many people play an opening and it gets the name. So it could be that we have some opening called Rio Resort opening or or Baga Beach opening here.
Baga.
Or Dubov Knights. But by the way, there is a sacrifice happening in Donchenko. Can we go there?
Can we
Because
go?
that's what
One
we-
second. Has Dubov really gotten
Bhai,
to
kya
his
position
king? Look at this. If you just move the knight and now the pawn is hanging, so I save it by, let's say, b6. What do you do here?
Firstly,
Checkmate on E7.
What
yeah.
What a mate,
the
bhai.
king looks like sitting in that auto rickshaw जहाँ पे
यहाँ पे
तीन लोग
twins
कैसे बैठे.
Okay.
At Replit, we believe everyone should be able to create software without limits and without knowing how to code.
Really good.
बट अभी रुक 7th रैंक पे पहुंच गया है डुबो का कोई भरोसा नहीं है.
I
Right,
understand,
you found
right?
something.
Yeah, because knight d5, I was thinking like this is hanging, this is
Rook
hanging.
D7.
Yeah, rook d7 or rook f7. I think both should be good.
Yes.
So this is really good here. For Sam, he somehow managed to hold this really dangerous position, it felt, after a check. He goes king e8. And now Dubov is thinking, he is this close to getting eliminated. He needs to find something. Time ja raha hai.
The time is ticking.
Oh, yeah, knight f5 is also not working.
Knight f5
takes
is not working. You have to go knight d5. Only move to keep the game going.
But knight d5, rook f7, and
What to
do you do?
Just play. Just play. Keep making moves. Don't really think of the result. Just play a move. And put the ball in your opponent's court.
Okay, so this one, look at Dubov's expression here. Can we go full screen on Dubov here?
Yeah.
Daniel Dubov in a must-win situation here.
कुछ तो प्लॉट ट्विस्ट करेगा लेकिन
कुछ तो हुआ है.
वो शांत बैठने वाला बंदा नहीं है. Like,
And he's like, how can I find some way to break through, some way to get a fight in this equal end game?
objectively he knows there may not be much, but then it is all about the mind games, the psychology also over here, where Sam would be under tremendous pressure, and ऐसे pressure में कितने ही blunder देखे हुए हैं अपन ने.
Yeah.
And look at Dubov, he feels like he's calculating something. He's having some ideas there.
And he has not given up. That's the best part. From his expressions, he still believes that he can get some chances. And right now, you need to go step by step. Don't think of winning. Just think of how you can get some chance to keep the game going. Then try to convert that into a small advantage, to a bigger advantage, and then potentially into a win.
So what happens, guys, if Rook takes pawn? Why is this? No, he goes back. But
knight
just
d5.
a question: what is the reason this is a bad move? Black to play.
If you can pin it, you can win it.
Yes. Anyone wants to try?
Rook f7. Yes. Very nice.
Rook to f7. Well done. And the knight is pinned. It cannot move. So it has to. Right now, Dubov goes knight d5, rook f7. He comes back, rook c3. The position is even. But guys, Alexander Donchenko in trouble.
What is this position?
What a position. A complete mess.
Oh, but he got e5. Can we just look at the last few moves very quickly?
This game is filled with so many ups and downs, Amruta. And Arshit Bhai here. d6, queen d7, bishop g5.
ये तो brilliance ही जैसा लग ही रहा है, actually speaking.
What a game.
I'm loving for white.
What
This
a game.
one.
Queen b1.
Check.
Unreal.
I
He's
can't believe
almost-
if black escapes.
Yeah, he'll escape Amruta now.
2.5 minutes for Donny.
नहीं यार, this engine, whatever it says, G4, and you just break open over there. It is not easy.
g4, yeah?
I don't
Can
know
I go
right now.
h4?
Right now, there's no threat, huh?
Rook df1 was played by him. With 2.5 minutes on his clock.
Oh, bishop E2, maybe?
E4. Cementing.
E4,
Cemento.
yeah, the open files. Don't
Sab
give them
kuch
to the
band
rooks.
kar diya, Amruta. He's
Oh my
closed.
goodness.
Oh, he gives up the rook. But look at this queen. Closed in. The bishop is so powerful. And now just
C4 is
take.
hanging.
C4 is hanging. And until
But
now, it was
C4 mein
white
was-
attacking
नहीं,
the
अब
black
भी नहीं
king.
है.
But suddenly, the roles are going to switch as black is on the front hand right now. Queen c4, c3 is hanging. Front
Yeah,
foot.
the problem is you don't have time to play G4.
Yeah.
Queen takes C4, I think you can take
This is
after
hanging.
G4.
This is looking bad.
Oh, so it will go into the next segment, yeah, for Donchenko.
Donchenko may go into 10 plus 10. That's what he has not been able to sometimes finish off his opponent. He had a good position. And then also we see Hari and Martinez in 10 plus 10.
Yes,
that
that
leaves
game-
us with Dubov.
Oh, he plays queen takes B7.
Rook b8.
But now you're right. White's king is actually more exposed over here. Don ko chain
अरे
nahi.
queen h6 check भी आ सकता है. Just completely forgot about that. Yeah, queen h6, queen e3. Okay, that's why he goes queen
So
d5
here
perhaps.
and here is the threat.
But even the end game after queen d5 should favor black heavily.
Wow,
So
he
take.
went all out, but then to realize.
Take.
And just king f7 also.
Yeah, this is...
King e6. Just try to
But
collect
crazy
the
game tha. This one was like for
yeah,
the time pressure.
completely
Like
crazy. It's still going on. It's still not completely over, but Lei Kwang Liem has massive chances to equalize and force things into the 10-10 segment. What about Dubov?
Dubov. Let's go to Dubov, Sagar.
Dubov in trouble, guys. Dubov not able to find a way to make progress here. We have, by the way, people who are just joining in and want to know what's the score. Next to the name of the players, we have the score. Sam, 2 out of 3. Dubov, 1 out of 3.
Dubov ka position is like that flame where there is so much wind happening, but he has to take care that the flame keeps burning over here.
Yeah, and the flame and knight e7. That's an unfortunate.
C file
Sequence of
is now
moves.
वो जो bottle का cap लगा दिया ना वैसे हो गया after knight C6.
Yeah, you just cannot invade. You cannot invade. If you go back knight d5, Sam is just wanting to trade the knights because the rook endgame with equal material, symmetrical pawn structure is going to be a draw.
Draw.
You know, Dubov has so many fans that to see Dubov losing this match, it's going to break their hearts.
Exactly. He lost the first game with the black pieces, just to remind everyone, which is why he has to win this.
And his time is not supporting him. He's down to 1 minute 30 seconds. He's unable to find some way to get advantage. So he's burning his time. पर नहीं हो पा रहा है ये.
नहीं हो पा रहा है.
Rook b3. You have to keep trying, guys. Even if it feels like it won't work out, trying is the only way.
Exactly.
You can't quit. So here, at this point...
No, this one... this has happened, yeah? The queens got traded.
It's funny, right? Like you play openings like Fedosiev, you still can't break through sometimes. Then you play openings like what Dubov did. Even that, it's very hard to predict in a must-win situation. So many elements are dependent on how opponent is going to react.
Yeah.
But one thing is for sure, you have to have unwavering belief in your ability to win the game.
Which I think Dubov has, right?
In this match, I feel like he was not as confident. But okay.
Okay, ये अगर वो जीत गया तो मतलब we have to give him a standing ovation because ये position से जीतना I would say मुश्किल ही नहीं नामुमकिन है.
नामुमकिन नहीं है क्योंकि now look Amruta.
0 point what? How much percentage
It's
chance
for sure
white?
a serious chance क्योंकि look at that b6 square now. अभी थोड़ा imbalance आ गया पोजीशन में क्योंकि b7 a6 pawns की वजह से the b6 square becomes suddenly a bit loose. If the knight goes back to c6, rook b3 आ सकता है. I mean, I'm not saying white is better. I'm just saying that it's a game and people, human beings tend to make mistakes when they have a few minutes left on their clock, even at this level.
I agree with you. That's why I thought earlier if the time situation was opposite,
Reverse,
then there was a possibility. But yaar, Sam is managing his time beautifully.
Yeah, no, I mean, just have to give credit to Sam, of course, to, you know, not crumble under this massive, immense pressure that the World Cup and the stakes.
Okay, do you think there are any ideas with G4, like this side at some point can happen?
You have to be careful and to time it. I think you are right. I think you have the right mindset that kabhi to we want to create an imbalance. That's where you are going at, right? F4 or G4. And I think that's a very good strategy. But Dubov should get Sam below 2 minutes and then change the character of the position.
Ooh, that's an important point because if he has a lot of time, then he can wriggle out for sure. Okay, he's given a check. I'm sure he doesn't want to exchange a rook.
Yeah, I think he'll go rook c8, maybe repeat once. So this game still around equal. Grebnev's game. What's happening there? Because Grebnev is another player who is in a must-win situation.
He's fighting.
He's fighting.
He's fighting here. It's not over. B takes a4 is possible. When
B4?
after bishop takes a4.
By the way, can I? Oh no, rook d1 ka mar raha hai. But after moving the rook, can white even consider this crazy concept of f4? Just blasting open the position somehow? Or it's too much?
It
If
looks
F4
great.
works, then it would be amazing.
It takes the pawn on a4, bishop takes, and goes rook b1. This is the live position on the board. 2.5 minutes for Esipenko. And trust me, behind those poker faces lies so much tension, so much pressure. Yet they're able to control all of it and keep it within them. What?
By
He's
the way,
clearly lost.
Completely over.
Alexander Donchenko is completely losing. Liam Lei.
And resigns. Wow. What a
Come
fight back by
Come
Le
back.
Quang Liam. Tremendous.
I think watching these comebacks in must-win situations, they are so inspiring.
But let's see if Dubov is able to make a comeback after his first game that he lost here. He needs to win on demand here, and he is not.
And the rooks, knights have been traded.
यहाँ पे तो, I mean, I now have a big doubt.
And with every single piece exchange, the chances of Dubov making a comeback diminish.
Oh, does he want to go rook h8, g6, this rook to c8, and something like that?
Yeah, that's an interesting way to kind of spice up things, but also rook d2 at some point is what you have to keep in mind.
Oh,
yeah,
but
this
that
is a good idea,
does
Amrita.
give
Why
some
can't we
chance.
just trade everything?
Rook d8.
Oh,
But
what?
array,
Wait
rook
a
6 or
second.
rook h7 check.
Huh. And then
Yeah.
you pick up the b pawn.
And he's doing it.
Hey, wait, is that happening?
Yeah.
It's happening, Amrita. The alertness of the tactical queen
क्या बात
is been shown here as rook h8 hits the pawn on h5. If you go g6, rook c8. So maybe Sam has to forget about that pawn on h5 and go rook d2. Active counterplay.
Oh,
Of course, he knows
but so
this.
quick.
He
He's
knows
not
this,
even
Amrita.
using any time.
His intuition is on point today. He wants to put pressure on the b2 pawn. If you defend the b2 pawn, I'm sure he's going to go for the e4 pawn.
That was a good trick though by Dubov. So he has not given up, that's for sure.
Guys, 7,000 people watching. Do like the stream so more people can watch who will qualify to the quarterfinals. Pentala Harikrishna is the only Indian player trying to make his way into the quarterfinals. Arjun Iragesi already there. b5. But now what is my rook doing on b3? Up a
he
pawn.
अच्छा
takes
pawn
the
तो मिल गया ना
pawn
लेकिन
up है.
rook e2 he has to
Rook
go rook e2
e2
with the idea of rook d2 rook takes c4 but there is an imbalance in the pawn structure already and white might get a passer.
अरे पर अमृता rook e2 और दूसरा rook d2 पे आ रहा है.
rook f3 तो अपना है ही इधर if you get the g7 pawn any scope rook h7
20 seconds for Dubov. Can we go full screen? This is a very critical moment. Crunch situation happening in front of us. He goes rook a3. He goes rook a3.
Can we double the rooks on the 7th rank? Can rook d2 be played here?
Wow. Rook
Apparently
d2.
not, yeah?
Maybe not the best move. Because he goes rook d6. Rook h8. Quickly played by Dubov. Let's go back to the live position. Rook a3, rook d6, rook h8.
Dubov trying to wriggle out his rook from being trapped on the other side. He is a pawn up and black needs to play carefully here now with rook a8 coming up.
Sam has to make sure that he doesn't use
It
all his
takes the pawn on
time
e4.
but no look at his speed man it's insane.
I think the position is complicated now. It's
What about rook
not
a4?
as straightforward. Rook a7 check and rook c3 threatening a checkmate.
So just to show our viewers, if here check,
Check.
threatening the pawn, you have to go back and
Rook c3 potentially. I mean, of course it's a draw, guys, but this can be scary when you're defending.
Draw but not a plain one like black has to be alert and if he loses his alertness then there are a lot of tricks for white. You know Sagar, I just remember the 2016 candidates in Moscow where we were there and Dubov and a few more players were together, Fedosiev and all, and there was Dvoretsky.
yeah, Mark Dvoretsky had come there, one of the most famous authors of all time in the chess world. Rook a4 played
And this
and
is
now
happening.
if you play rook c3 there will be rook c4.
And he gives the check, king f8. Sam Shanklin, laser sharp.
If at all the rook was on c3 right now.
Rook c3,
If at
threatening
all.
checkmate. But rook c3 will be met by rook c4. Again, not giving white the open file.
And Sam is using his time extremely beautifully.
Ooh, 15 seconds for Dubov though. And with every second
यार
that
पर
he thinks,
g4, g5, g6 कुछ तो ideas है. There are a lot of ideas on the
है,
king side.
पर time नहीं है. It goes rook c3
Rook c4
Rook c4.
instantly, the only defensive move.
and it takes the rook. B takes c4. But guys, too many exchanges.
Okay, but that's an isolated pawn, yeah? You could lose that.
But rook d2. I'm going rook d2.
But you take
And I take the pawn on b2.
and I attack.
And this is happening. And this is happening.
But then rook b6.
He goes a3 instead. He goes a3.
A3 is on the board, guys, and now Rook B3. Sam Shankland is in this drawing position. He's in the drawing zone.
All the people that are watching now are going to see Sam Shankland make it through the round of 16.
To the quarterfinals,
Yeah,
actually.
to the quarterfinals. And Dubov, who has this fantastic run, defeating Pragnananda. Everyone thought he's a favorite. But Sam comes into this game, wins the first tiebreak with white and draws with black. Classic strategy. Push with white, solid with black.
Also, the way Sam is playing, even in the next rounds, he is not to be taken lightly at all. I
It's going to
think.
be quite an interesting battle between most likely Sam Shankland and Andrei Esipenko.
Not really. Let's go to that game because he has 1 minute left. Now, Esipenko and Grebnev is trying his best.
Well, he did sack.
Oh no, there's
here.
no way this
he
game
sacked.
ends in a draw.
Oh, Grebnev in a must-win situation, and he can do it.
So if pawn takes knight, I'll take with the queen, and then
Rook
is this
D6 खेला
hanging?
उसने.
So इसके लिए rook
He
d6.
came back. But डर लग रहा है यार. Knight G4 can come. I guess Knight G4 for sure.
I love that queen on b2 and f6 weakness is going to haunt black, it seems like that.
He goes Rook A1.
By last few seconds now for Andrei Esipenko, can he hold this to a draw?
I think practically very difficult for black to play such a position. 7th rank is
But
fully
he's holding
open.
it. He's holding it.
By the way, Knight G4. And if you make a move like Bishop F5, look at my move. Boom.
Oh,
Quickly.
oh my
White to
God.
play. Can you
Love
find it?
Love it.
Too
Harshit
good.
bhai.
Where do the
Lovely.
rooks belong? Rook C7, Knight takes C7. Thank you very much.
Idea is right.
Idea is right. Rook A7. Exactly.
And once you take your check and mate.
Checkmate.
Wow, Harshit bhai, your pattern recognition is just too good, man.
And that's why I like this move, Knight G4 Amruta. He's down to 50 seconds now, Grebnev.
No, this looks like Grebnev can make a comeback, yeah?
He needs to buckle up, put the car in sports mode and just keep playing quickly.
But Esipenko, who has beaten Vincent Keimer.
By the way, a very quick look on Dubov game. He moves the knight back. It's ekdam equal.
Yeah, very, very equal. Okay, I think the other game is very exciting right
Yeah,
now.
let's go to Grebnev's game maybe.
This is so exciting. Knight C4 played.
Meanwhile, Harikrishna is preparing against Jose
Yeah.
for the next round, which will be a 10-minute game.
10 plus 10 will be the time control.
And meanwhile,
20 seconds.
something here for Andrei's opponent, Alexei Grebnev here.
I love White's chances, to be honest, because the Black King does look a bit weak there on G7. Rook A6 is something that catches my eye. He comes back Knight D2 though.
Attacking the bishop here on E4. Grebnev is so calm, yeah. It's amazing to see his calmness. He has just 11 seconds left.
But he has a passer over there, the B pawn, and White just wants, more pressure on F6. Rook A6 आके हो सकता है क्या बाद में?
Exactly. Rook A6 लाना है कभी तो. I completely agree with you, Amruta. We have to bring that rook somehow into the game, and I think this is the right chance to do it. And he goes to A5.
What is this? Is there any direct threat or what? Are we missing something?
I guess he's just keeping an eye on the bishop on D5. Rook C A1 could be his next move, doubling up on the A line.
And also he has sudden ideas of E4, E5.
अरे
कभी
10
भी कुछ
seconds.
आ सकता
E4,
है.
E5 भी आ सकता है. Knight G5, but he's like no. He takes it back, and now he has 5 seconds. He goes back Knight F8.
Wow.
Oh, but he's not
He
happy. He
almost
was
lost
shaking
on
his
time.
head.
Almost lost on time. E4 now maybe. Amruta, your move.
E4. Because E5 को
Rook
F5 नहीं है.
C5. दूसरा रुक भी अंदर ला लिया.
But there's always
Bishop
Yeah,
F7
bishop.
back.
Look at Esipenko's defense. Yeah, it's amazing. He has so little space, but he's just created this kind of
Rook
very
D1?
nice fortress.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah,
Rook
yeah, yeah.
D1?
What about the last rank? But it's very difficult to, I think, make that move in time pressure. 10 seconds on the clock. He goes B3. Knight G5 नहीं आएगा क्या? 1 second. Knight F7 ideas.
Knight
King
G5.
weak.
Uh-huh.
Bishop C4. Winning the B3 pawn maybe. I don't know.
But there is no time to make such a move. That's why he comes back with his rook to C1, protecting
I think
the
he
last
got
rank.
scared of Rook D1.
And
Yeah.
now knight e6. The black knight jumping in the center.
Or rook BC8, trading one pair of rooks. He goes knight E6.
Rook to a6. He had to play this move before. He improvises and plays it now. Knight c7. Rook takes c7 could be an idea.
And suddenly Knight H2, Knight G4 भी आ सकता है. You have to be very careful, I think.
d6.
And going to the game of Daniel Dubov.
Dubov completely
Completely क्या भाई?
equal.
Completely equal लेकिन A passer है.
One check and I think it's all over. It's a draw.
Yeah.
So he stops it.
And also Black Rook is very well placed on the side.
One check is all it takes.
No, this one is going to be
And
ending in a
Esipenko
sad
is
moment.
winning,
Yeah, let's go there.
apparently.
Let's stick there.
Or
I
a
think,
big
over there.
advantage nonetheless.
But फिर भी यार इतना टाइम प्रेशर में कुछ भी हो सकता
I
है.
mean, it's not very apparent why he's so much better because rook a2 आ रहा है maybe.
I think Grebnev is not able to make any progress.
10 seconds. He's nervous. Goes rook c6.
Yeah, his rooks are just moving
Yeah.
यहाँ से वहाँ. They feel there is something, but they cannot find what.
Queen a3. Look at that last move by Esipenko. Jumping with his queen inside. And I think this
Yeah.
should seal the match for Esipenko.
Because that was the only try, no, for Queen B2 putting pressure on F6. वो गई तो सब खत्म.
So takes has happened.
Yeah.
The
And
queens are out of the board.
rook b1. And maybe it's hard to see what's happening on the camera there. So we can full screen maybe for the last 2 minutes. Board on the position.
Also, Esipenko's body language has changed so much now. He's so
Knight
full of
G5.
confidence.
Wow. Getting rid of the white's knight there. The best piece perhaps that white had on his campus. Knight d4.
What is the problem with B2 though?
It will be played now maybe.
He brings his
D4.
knight in. He's trying to get to C3,
Or
trying to get to
D2, yeah.
D2.
Okay.
And Grebnev is nervous there. I think with that last expression of his body language, he kind of gave away that he knows this is trouble. He knows this might be the end of the journey.
But this guy has
Three.
created so many upsets in this tournament. He's really played well, and right now it doesn't seem like white can strike back.
King g8 back and 5 seconds by. The clock is ticking so quickly there. 1. Bhai. Knight c6.
He goes knight to C6 in the position. And now,
And Sam
What
is
is-
winning apparently.
oh, Sam Shankland has just won in this endgame. Daniel Dubov has blundered, which means Sam Shankland is actually going through. Daniel Dubov is going to be eliminated.
Yeah. It's over.
I think he must have gone for the last try or something.
Yeah.
Dubo. It didn't matter whether a draw or he loses
Can
over
we
here.
go full
so-
screen?
Yeah.
Oh,
Good
a
game.
handshake with a smile over there. Sam OP, but Dubo also OP because he created so much interest in this tournament, and really, what a guy.
Yeah, but he's out. I think many people's favorite Daniel Dubo is out from the World Cup. And so that's him exiting in the 5th round.
Oof. Guys, we are not going to see any more quick draws with the white pieces. We had so much fun following Daniel Dubov's strategy. Such an entertaining
Yeah.
guy on and off the board. But here, it was Samuel Shankland who Sam Shankland, who has won the game, defeated Dubov and qualified to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, let's go to the game that's going on now. Alexei Grebnev.
I'm also
Any
By the way-
chances? What? Grebnev is getting chances.
Grebnev
How?
slightly better against Andrei
Oh,
Sipenko. He
Okay,
has
maybe the
not
king is
let
weak.
it go.
I thought it's over, almost over.
Never over in the
Never
World
over
Cup.
until it's over. Yeah.
Rook d8? Mistake? Because now, did he miss something?
Not yet.
Not really.
But knight takes b3 ko tactic hai, it's not working. Ooh, nice.
Because of
Bishop
take
takes
and
G2.
G2. Nice.
Rook a8 back. And he's allowing white to take the pawn on b3 because he's confident to hold in the rook 4 versus 3 endgame.
Oh, that's a great strategy, You don't have time, you don't have much time, you don't have to get into complications. Pawn de do. Extra material de do. If material is causing you stress, give it away.
And it's happening. We are going into that endgame where white will have an extra pawn, but the pawns are on one side of the board, which will make it more difficult for Grebnev to create a passed pawn.
Andrei Esipenko is just one step away now from reaching quarterfinals to meet Sam Shankland there. Very close is Andrei Esipenko.
And also we will have the next segment 10 plus 10. Hari will be back there. Donchenko will be back taking on Le Kwang, Liam.
But the question is if Grebnev will be there, h5, showing amazing understanding of the endgame there.
What would be the realistic chances in such a rook endgame with such less time on clock?
Real chances for sure, because now the king on g8 is also cut off. And I think I would rate white's chances to hold like 30%.
Would you bet your house?
I don't own a house, so
Acha.
वो फर्क नहीं पड़ता, bet करना है सिर्फ.
h4, just clamping down those pawns on the king side. Esipenko,
This is still a draw, yeah?
yeah, it's still a draw.
Grebnev is right now the lowest rated, right, among the people who have left.
Yes.
Wow. What a journey for him, though.
सिद्धार्थ आसिम वाला देखा पूरा सीजन
Honestly, I think like this is known to be a theoretical draw and one which all of the top players have played countless times. So it kind of like, it's kind of like a familiar territory. Like, yes, I'm down a pawn, but this is quite a well-known draw. So you usually want to go into a position which is a draw for sure. And I think that's what Esipenko did. And now he's just waiting with his rook.
Yeah.
And he'll
Actually,
still
it's a
try.
nice way. Because how can white progress? King can't get to this side, f2 will be hanging. He can't push f pawn.
बैनी बैनी करके नाम करके
For Esipenko, a draw is a great result. Somehow Grebnev has to get the win with white pieces. He's a pawn up. Can you win this endgame?
Very hard
But
to...
how do you break through? I think h4 pawn was such a good idea by Esipenko that showed his class understanding. g3 आ ही नहीं सकता है कभी भी.
Correct.
Even if you take your king to g1, g3 absolute 7th rank open over there.
Rook d2, but of course he's never going to trade. And now that the white rook leaves the 7th rank, the black king marches forward. And the king marches forward. Esipenko will march forward if he draws this game.
Everybody is marching forward, Harshad bhai. But for players like Dubov, after the draw, it's all like a pause, It's going to be very hard. वहाँ पे कुछ भी नहीं है fast forward.
It's more drawish actually, which is surprising if you think about it, because white has an extra pawn. तो ऐसा लगता है कि extra pawn है तो white जीतना चाहिए. But generally, with the rooks on the board, somehow the drawing tendency is higher. King pawn endgame होता ना तो white would have been winning. But because ये दोनों rooks जिंदा
नहीं,
है,
line वाला
black
नहीं।
can always give this check, and that's why it's like closer to a draw.
फिर तो एक ही भी ना लूं मैं.
Guys, one thing about Dubov, I must say, because he whatever he said, he prepared for 10 minutes and so on. But as a player, this guy is an amazing. I mean, the kind of entertainment he has brought to chess world, it is insane, And also, Harshit bhai, you guys have spent so much time with him. He's not somebody who means something in any bad way, right? In general,
absolutely.
so
I mean,
he's a very nice guy in general.
Yeah,
and
of course. I mean, everyone has their own approach towards a tournament, towards the game, towards how they view life, and there is no right way of looking at things. There's always your own perspective, and he has his own differences when he approaches something. And
Harshit bhai, what depth, huh?
But yeah, this game, very, very easy. You just go back and forth.
It's a good learning, na, how to draw with as a defense when you are playing against the 4 pawns and when you have 3. वो h5 कभी भी खेलना ज़रूरी है if you're white and with the black pieces h4. That's really a key thing here.
So final few moments that we are seeing from this game. Daniel Dubov out, which leaves us with 3 tie-break games. Hari and Le Quang Liem's game, Hari versus Jospem and Donchenko versus Le Quang Liem already 10+10 में जा रहे हैं. तो ये final game है. ये 15+10 time control का.
Also in the morning we had another stream which was a World Corporate Chess Championship, which was very interesting. And yes, Sagar, do you want to tell about that? Who won the tournament?
The tournament was won today by the team of Greco Law Firm. It is a team which has a
Manish
Grandmaster,
Yes.
2600 plus in their law firm. Second place went to Morgan Stanley Group. It has a very strong team in chess, and in fact Morgan Stanley has a very good chess culture as well. And the third place went to Deloitte. And the fourth place went to Google.
Ooh.
And that's why we were discussing that so many of you in your companies could have a chess tournament and get prepared for next year World Corporate Chess Championship.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely wonderful to see this synergy between the corporate world coming in front of a chessboard and battling it out for the sake of entertainment and also for the sake of making new connections. Here though,
By the way, this game can go on for another half
a
an hour.
long time. Yeah, this game, I was going to say, भाई ये game draw तो है पर बहुत लंबा चलेगा.
नहीं, half an hour कैसे जाएगा?
Everyone in the
we had
chat is
50
like
moves.
talking about Dubov's elimination.
Yeah.
Like they are all surprised here that Dubov is out.
Yeah, I mean, I think we need to, जो भी round 4 तक पहुंचा, we just need to give them credit and appreciate how well they have played so far. Either they win or they lose is sometimes out of our control, yeah. But to just reach this stage, such a grandiose stage, is not an easy feat. So hats off to all the players who have been eliminated, because without losing, I mean, sports won't be fun.
Absolutely true. And I think this is the toughest tournament I have witnessed, I would say. I mean, so many players who may not even know, but they are playing so classy. तो बहुत ही सही था. And I think even for the chess world, ऐसा World Cup हुआ नहीं है. It's the beginning of, big upsets.
And they're just making a lot of moves. At some point after 45 moves, वो G pawn को push करने वाला है.
Yeah.
Then और 45 moves के बाद H pawn push करने वाला है.
It can go 250 moves actually this game. Might be the highest, no, there is a longest game which is
डालने के बाद
more than 280 or 290, I don't know, maybe even 300. Chat knows. Chat, please बताना what is the longest game. How many moves were played?
अबे नहीं, इसमें तो नहीं है. मेरे को तो वो
Is
अपने
there a
game
50
के
move rule?
डालने में मजा आता है. प्रिंस
If
वगैरह
the
आता है,
pawn
मैं
doesn't
खेलता हूँ
move.
live stream पे.
I think Sam Shankland has become a huge contender, yeah, for the candidate spot in this tournament now.
So now, Arjun is going to play Wei in the quarterfinals.
आने की भी बात कर
Sam Shankland is going to play the winner of Donchenko and Lekwang Liam, right?
अबे हाँ
Right?
मैं खाऊंगा यार मेरे को दोबारा उसी का मन है
Esipenko. So the winner of
डलवा के राइस
Sam and potentially Esipenko will play Arjun. And here we can see the bracket actually. Very nice that we have it. Yes, you were right. Sam will play the winner of Grebnev and Esipenko. So very likely
which is
Esipenko.
ना ना पिज्जा
So Sam Esipenko ka winner and Arjun Wei ka winner will play each other. So
एग रोल
it's possible we see Arjun Erigaisi
एग रोल
if he wins and Esipenko, whom I still think is a favorite in that matchup. But of course, Wei, I think Arjun has the stiffest competition so far in the form of Wei, whom he'll face tomorrow already.
पहले तो वो अब बिल्कुल ही हो गया ऐसा अंडे में
By the way, Atulya Anand in the chat has really liked your quote. Without losing, sports won't be fun. Harshit Raja, 2025.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, we had a question. Such a position, if rooks are exchanged,
Then it's losing.
यहाँ तो मैं डेली बन रहा
फिर तो king pawn endgame आ जाएगा. White will be a pawn up and yeah, that is a clear.
There is, I mean, as we all know, जब भी material up रहते, you want to exchange as many pieces as possible. Because the goal is to reach king pawn endgame. Because in king pawn endgames, the material deficit is worth a lot more. तो यहाँ पे rooks exchange कभी नहीं करने black से.
That's the only thing you have to avoid, in fact. Yes. By the way, Hans has mentioned that it was the Nikolic Arsovic 269 moves Belgrade 1989. That's the longest game.
And how,
Wow.
where are we now?
110.
ओ सेंचुरी हो गया
Century तो हो गया
यार, क्या ही बढ़िया. क्रिकेट में क्या करता है सेंचुरी होने के
भाई वो
बाद?
सब तो ठीक है पर अभी डबल सेंचुरी होगा तो हम क्या एनालाइज करेंगे यहाँ पे.
करेंगे ना, बातें करेंगे, शातें करेंगे. बाय द वे, सैम्स accuracy was 99%
What? 99?
in the last game. Yeah, that's what Killer Gaming is saying.
By the way, guys, here we see on the bottom of our screen, Kamlesh Mugdaya has contributed 1100 rupees on Help Chess. Help Chess is a not like a charitable trust that ChessBase India runs, and it helps to support chess players, and a lot of people contribute during the streams, which is why we've been able to help so many players across the year.
One question to you guys. Right now, Harikrishna is preparing, Jose is preparing, even Donchenko Leka. So,
Do you think Hari is and they are preparing, or?
That's what the question is. Are they preparing? Is it good that the game gets extended? Does it put more pressure? What would you have enjoyed more, Harshit Bhai?
From whose perspective?
Like if you were in Hari's place. Right now, you want more time to prepare, or you want the game to begin soon?
I mean, to be honest, I just want to get it over with because itna pressure रहता है ना, and sometimes before, like, I mean, it happens, yeah, like before a big tournament, a big event. I mean, it doesn't have to be in sports, but maybe before
big
a big
event.
meeting.
I'll tell you something. Even when you are going to get married,
अरे
तभी
अरे.
भी ऐसा लगता है कि जल्दी हो जाए.
I can't speak about that, but let's say in a business meeting or anything, there are these jitters, yeah, that you just want to get it over with. कि यार ये एक घंटा गायब करके मीटिंग ही कर देते हैं. So I think Harikrishna right now is like, let's just play this tiebreak and get it over with. It's not so easy to have a lot of waiting period between two games.
हर्षित भाई आजकल बहुत बिजनेस मीटिंग्स अटेंड कर रहे हैं.
यार. Learning from the
Nice.
best.
But I agree with you. Like the pressure is too much. Like you don't want that extra time to prepare. You just want to get on with the game.
And now this four.
By the way, do you agree with him, or how would you look at it?
Well, I think some people, I mean, enjoy such high pressure moments,
नेहरू प्लेस में आ रही है
and in a way there are not many such players, but I know that there are a few players who just love to be in this situation where there is pressure. Without pressure they feel like they are doing something not very meaningful.
या इसके लिए शादी में चेस का टूर्नामेंट भी करवाया. हाई प्रेशर.
But yeah, I think with more pressure comes more excitement. There is a reason why people enjoy roller coaster rides so much, right? Like there's so much adrenaline going on that in the moment, of course, you are a bit nervous, but it's more exhilarating. And Jaideep Pankhania, the latest contributor for Help Chess.
अरे क्या बात है. Thank you Jaideep, bye. And by the way, here, if somehow I was hoping that if White had to win, he can push e5 on this rank, but Black quickly moved it away.
And also, to just go back a few, like let's say in that position, if you played e5,
Where? Here?
yeah, let's say I play with the king on g3. Yeah, let's say I play rook b4 instead of king f7. I think it's still a draw. Because e5, I will play king to f5. A bit crazy, but the point is ef6, king g6, and the pawns are on the same line.
Nice.
And also this is a draw.
Very good.
Also, we can go full screen, and Sagar, in case you want a break, because since morning you have been streaming, you could take some time off.
Yeah. By the way, KG says 2 weeks ago, 1700 played EU Corporate Chess Championship. Tournament was also won by Greco. Oh wow. My chess journey started from watching Improving Chess and all the way to playing in the same tournament as Topalov and Erwin Lamy.
Wow, that's such a nice super chat, KG. Yeah, brilliant.
Amazing.
And which team
Someday
did
I
you
hope
play for?
you reach to play against them as well. That could be very cool.
And then another day to beat them, yeah?
Maybe
No, Sagar
tough,
says no,
yeah,
that's
at
a
this
bit
point
tough,
to beat
bit too much.
Topalov and Erwin Lamy. But depends on how old he is. But then again, in a game, you can always beat these strong players in one game and so on.
And is Black considering pawn to f5 here? No. Yeah, he is. He is considering it. And he plays it.
Wow.
He's trying to undermine the pawns immediately because e5 there's f4 check.
Okay, Harshit, one question is the f and h pawn in rook endgame, they are drawn, right? With the king placed accurately. Would you prefer to have f and h pawn or a bishop and rook if you in a theoretical draw position, but which has better practical chances?
It's much easier to defend rook bishop versus rook than f and h pawn. I mean, okay, both are tough, I think. Both are tough. And I think Esipenko, look at Esipenko, yeah? He's just leaning back if you can go full screen after making this move pawn to f5, realizing that this game is going to end soon.
Let's go full screen over there.
Yeah, that's also a draw actually. King g6 is also a draw, but he wanted to just like force, yeah, कि अभी f5 खेलेंगे, pawn exchange करेंगे और खत्म.
जिसके 100 एप्लीकेंट हो चुके हैं, एक्सपीरियंस चाहिए 5 साल का. अबे क्या करोगे इतना एक्सपीरियंस?
Yes, but then Blackwood places king on g6, and then how do you move up?
अबे तेरे को मिल लिया तो कर ले भाई. ज़्यादा से देख रहे तेरे को.
Oh, he's just agreeing to a
they are
draw
just
here.
going to
पैसों वाले क्या पता मिल जाए.
Rook h6, and you know the way he played rook h6 kind of just tells us that this game is going to end in a
It's
draw.
the famous Philidor position that people have learned perhaps. The main idea is to
हाँ तो पैसे ज़्यादा देख तू बस.
keep your rook on the on the 6th rank to stop the pawn from moving ahead. Let it come. We'll show you.
समय पूरा डिजिटल.
e5 and rook back now to c1, and now you give checks from the behind.
Yeah.
अबे किसी में तो मेरे को देख लिया बहन.
So Andre, oh, he's just trading
Yeah.
the pawn end game, and look at Andre. He's like,
Should
oh,
I
I'm
trade or no? Maybe he won't trade.
He's smiling, yeah.
एक्सट्रोवर्ट कैसे बनूँ?
Yeah, he takes. King takes. King e6. You want to make sure this endgame is a draw, yeah? Because, of
Wow,
course.
this is what we learn as beginners.
King behind, of course, very important move. And stalemate, draw. Esipenko qualifies to the quarterfinals of the World Cup. Grebnev also a huge, kudos to him for making it through after defeating the likes of Maxim Vachier-Lagrave. Had a great run, just 19 years of age. Has a bright future ahead for him for sure.
Yeah, he's definitely the find of this tournament.
It's Sam Shankland versus Esipenko in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, Sam Esipenko. That's the match that has been set up. After
Esipenko is the last Russian in the tournament. Sam Shankland is the last American in the tournament. Yakuboyev and Sindarov are the two Uzbek players. We have Arjun as one Indian and Hari is fighting still. Wei as the lone Chinese player. Liam or Donchenko, whoever wins, will have one Vietnamese, one German. So, yeah, very nice to see players from different countries here making it to the quarters. Now it's time for 10 plus 10 segment where Hari will be back on the board along with Jose Martinez, and there will be Donchenko versus Liam as well. We'll go for a short break, and on the other side, we'll be back with all the action.
Hi everyone, I hope you are enjoying the coverage of the FIDE World Cup 2025 in Goa, India. Look at the beautiful place I am in right now. While we are on this break, I want to tell you that ChessBase has just launched the ChessBase version, the newest version, ChessBase 2026 and Mega 26, Mega Database 2026 on 12th of November. Earlier, ChessBase used to launch a version every 2 years, but now starting from this year, it will be launched every year just like Mega Database. Hence, from ChessBase 18, we have now launched to ChessBase 26. Then it will happen ChessBase 27.